Yeah, good morning, everyone, and welcome to this seminar or webinar on cloud computing. Okay, so I hope I am audible and I hope you're able to see my screen. Can you please confirm in the chat box, anyone? Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Anshu. Yeah, thanks a lot. Okay, fine. So, this is a webinar on cloud computing. So, today we will try to understand what is cloud computing and who can learn cloud computing and what are the opportunities we have in cloud computing. These are some of the very basic questions we will try to address today. Okay. So before we go and see what is cloud and all the details that we need to see about cloud, I'll just introduce myself here first. See, I'm Shakeel here. I have 14 plus years of experience, IT experience. Okay. I started my career way back in 2007, 2006, 2007 actually, as a Windows Server admin. Okay, then I moved into the network part. Actually, back then in 2006, 2007, if you have to get a job in networking side, you should have the concept of Windows and the network administration part. Network administration part is your CCNA, CCNP, and CCIE. I did tell CCIE, but CCNA is more than enough for anyone to understand the concepts of network. Okay, so then whenever you talk about servers, we have two servers. One is your Windows servers and the other server is your Linux server. So you cannot see yourself as an administrator, or you cannot make a career in IT, especially in the administration side, without having the knowledge of Linux. Whether it is Red Hat Linux or Ubuntu Linux or whatever, you must have the concept of Linux. So I have the concept and the experience of the Linux administration also. Okay, then I did my security. Security is a technology where we are learning about firewalls. Okay, then I did my virtualization. Now for last 4 or 5 years, I am on cloud computing, especially on AWS. So this is my experience, my friend. Started my career as a Windows administrator, network administrator, then Linux and security and virtualization. All these things I have covered in my career. And like I said, I'm majorly on cloud computing now. Actually to learn cloud computing or to have the concept of cloud computing, we have to have some concept of Windows servers, some concepts from network administration side, some concepts of Linux, some concepts of security and virtualization. Cloud computing is a concept where we'll be covering all these things, not in details, whatever is needed in cloud, each and everything we need to cover. Virtualization is there in cloud, security is there in cloud, Linux and Windows servers are there in cloud, and obviously the network administration concepts will be there in cloud. So cloud computing is a concept which is, mixture of all these things. So cloud computing is not a new concept. It is there for many decades. Okay, but for last 4 years, 5 years or 6 years, the demand of cloud computing has increased. We will try to understand why the cloud computing demand has increased, why it was not so famous, maybe like 10, 15, 20 years before. We'll try to understand each and every concept there. Okay, so this is my experience. Done. I'll repeat again. To learn cloud computing, if you have the knowledge of virtualization, security, Linux, network, and Windows, that will be great. Oh, I can put in this way. When we are learning cloud computing, we will be covering concepts of Windows Server, we'll be covering concepts of network admin, Linux admin, security, virtualization. All the concepts will come in our cloud computing. That is actually cloud. Okay. Now, let us set the agenda for today's session. What we are going to discuss. We'll begin with what is cloud computing. This is our major question. What is cloud computing? Next, who can learn cloud computing, or I can say pre-requirements. Okay, pre-requirements to learn cloud computing. And the third one is, let us say directly jobs. What about jobs and whatever opportunities we have in cloud computing? These are the three major questions we'll try to address today. Okay. Now see here, friends, this is a live session. You know this very well. This is a live session and this session is a recording. So the recordings will be provided to you once we finish our session. So to make our sessions more interesting, let us keep these sessions more interactive. You have the chat box here. Whenever you have any question, whenever you have any doubt, you can simply send me a question in the chat box. Or at the end of the session, if you want to talk to me directly regarding any of the things related to cloud, you can simply talk to me directly. So let us make these sessions more interactive. So the sessions will be more interesting. Your one question can help you in understanding many concepts, not only for you, for the other participants also. So always try to keep our sessions more interactive, not only today. Today is just a webinar, but till the end of the course, the question answer session should be always active. Chat box will be always open. You should keep on sending me the questions related to the topic so that it will be easy for you to understand the concept in more details. Done. So with these basic rules and regulations, let us begin our session. And let us see what is cloud computing now. Okay. To understand cloud computing, there are certain things we need to understand first. For example, if I ask you a question like, what is a application? Application is something like your I'll give general example of application. Application can be like a web application, like a web server. Whenever you are accessing internet, the first thing you do is you will connect to some web server, right? Let's say google.com or facebook.com or youtube.com. You are connected to some application there. Okay, so without connecting to application, I don't think we can do anything on internet, right? Suppose you're paying some money, you're transferring some money. What you do, you connect to phone pay or Paytm or Google Pay. Suppose you're ordering some food there, you connect to Swiggy or Zomato. Suppose you want to book a cab, you will connect to Ola or Uber. Suppose you want to send a message, you will connect to WhatsApp or any other application. So there are different applications available. There are many different applications available. So application is something like a, application is actually running on a server. Application is just a software. It is something like a software that is running somewhere on a server. So whenever we connect ourselves to the internet by using a mobile phone or by using our laptop or desktop machine, we are connected to some application. Let's say you want to do some shopping. What you do, you go and connect to Amazon.com, or maybe you go and connect to Flipkart.com. So from there, you can buy something, you can, order something, and you can pay money, and that particular product will come to you. So that is a process there, right? So over the internet, everything comes under application. It can be a web application, a gaming application, a banking application, okay? Or it can be some, chatting application, or it can be food delivering application, cab booking application. There are different types of applications available. Now, the billion-dollar question here is, where exactly the application is running? Okay, there are many applications, but where they are running actually? Applications are designed by the programmers, but they are running on servers. Okay, let me just make a simple presentation for you. This presentation will help you in understanding the concept of cloud computing in the best way possible. Okay, so the first thing what we have to do to run an application is we need to take a machine. We need to take a hardware. In this case, it is your server hardware. What we need to have a server hardware. For example, if I go to my physical machine, say in my physical machine, in my computer, actually, there is an application called Cisco Packet Tracer. There is an application called Google Chrome. There is an application called GoToMeeting, Zoom Meeting, Telegram. Okay, we have MS Word. Okay, we have VMware Workstation, VLC Media Player. See, there are different applications running in my computer, right? Now tell me, is it possible to run a application without a hardware? Like without memory or without processor, without a hard disk? The answer is no, right? That's not possible. We must have some hardware available. Without hardware, we cannot run any application. So what is the hardware in a computer? The hardware in a computer is motherboard, processor, RAM, hard disk, NIC card. This is my hardware. Like if you take your laptop or desktop, you will see the same hardware in your machine. Okay, so first we need to have the hardware. Then once you take a hardware, the next thing we have to do here is we have to go with our operating system. Have you ever used any computer or laptop in your life where there is no operating system running? The answer will be no. We cannot run any machine like a laptop or a desktop without any operating system. We must have the operating system like Windows 11 or Windows 10 or Windows 8. We must have a operating system. Or maybe when you start using the computers, maybe it was Windows 7 operating system or maybe Windows XP. I remember when I started using the computer, it was Windows 98 operating system way back like 20 years before when I was in school or college. Windows 98. But now we have Windows 10 and Windows 11, right? So we need to have the operating system. And on top of this operating system here, friends, we need to have, or we can run our applications. This is the whole story, my friend. The first layer is your hardware. The next layer is your operating system. And the third layer is your application. To run any application or to access any application, we need to have the operating system. And then we need to have the hardware so that we can run our operating system on top of the hardware. Let me just come here. This is this whole story. Clear? So we need hardware, we need OS, and we need to run the operating system. So hardware is like CPU, RAM, hard disk, and all those things. Operating system is from Windows or Linux. 95 to 98% cases, when you go to any server or when you take any server, the operating system on that server will be either Windows server or either it will be Linux server. Remember I told you in my experience, Windows server and Linux server. In coming classes, I will cover Windows server as well as Linux server. Okay, I'll take you through the Windows server, how it is looking and how it is designed, what configurations we have to do, as well as in Linux server, what configurations we have to do. We will see all these things. Okay, so take a server hardware, take the server operating system, and on top of the server operating system, we need to install our applications or services. So these applications can be Zomato or Flipkart or WhatsApp or any XYZ application. This is the story. Now, how we can relate server hardware, server operating system, and applications with cloud? That is the question. I hope you understood where applications are running or how everything is designed over the network. Whenever you connect to anything over the internet, my friend, you are connected to some application. Always remember you are connected to some application, and that application is obviously running on a server operating system, and that server operating system is running on a server hardware. This is the story across the globe in every company. Okay, now this is the way the applications are running in companies and over the internet for last many decades. So again, the same question, how we can relate these particular layers, server hardware, server operating system, and applications with cloud. Now see here, my friend, when you go and take a server hardware, like, you know, how much, if I ask you a question, like how much money you have spent for your laptop, maybe someone will say 70,000 rupees, maybe someone will say 50,000 rupees, maybe someone can say 1 lakh rupees, right? It depends on the configuration. That much money we have to spend on our laptop or desktop machine. Hardware is not free, my friend. Operating system is not free, right? So we need to purchase our hardware. We need to purchase our hardware machine. Now, when I talk about hardware machine, just now I took the example of laptop or a desktop. So approximately for a laptop, we are spending, let's say $1,000. You know, $1,000 will be around 80,000 rupees, right? So in 80,000 rupees, you will get a good configuration laptop. But where we are running our applications, we are not running our applications on laptop and desktop, right? The server applications. We are running our server applications on server hardware. Server hardware is similar to your laptop hardware, but the difference between a laptop desktop and a server is laptop and desktop you may get in $1,000, but once you go to a server hardware, you may spend $6,000 or you may spend $15,000 actually on server hardware. How much money? $15,000 is some money, right? $6,000 is some money. So how much money you are spending here, friends? You are spending some thousands of dollars. So when I say $6,000, it is nearly 5 lakh Indian rupees. That means to run a application, to run any application, we need to take server operating system. But before we take server operating system, we need to take server hardware that will cost you thousands and thousands of dollars or lakhs and maybe even crores of Indian rupees. Actually, this is the issue companies are facing for last many decades. Spending money on server hardware or spending money on the infrastructure is a very, huge infrastructure. Okay. Now there is a question coming here. Like the question is it not possible to convert a normal laptop into a server? Good question. See, if you take a laptop and in laptop, suppose if you're installing, let's say Linux operating system, then it will become a server. Or if you install Windows operating system, Windows Server OS, then it will become a server. But you know, my friend, laptop hardware and server hardware is designed in a different way. Have you ever seen any laptop which is running for last 2 months continuously? Is it possible to run a laptop for like 2 months or let's say 2 weeks? Answer is no, because laptop is not designed to run for like days and months without shutting down. But you know, server hardware is more stronger. Server hardware is designed to run for months and months without shutting down. 24/7 it is working. Okay, so we will not go with a laptop to run our application. So we'll go with a server machine. I hope the concept is clear. So that is a server machine. Okay, I'll show you some servers here. Server machine will look like this. You may think it is looking like your desktop actually. See, this is your server machine. Can you see the company name is Dell? Dell is obviously a very famous company, right? So this is your server machine. This box is your server box. It is looking like your desktop, my friend, but it is a server machine. This server machine has more configuration compared to your laptop or desktop. This server machine has more configuration. How much configuration we have? Let me just show you once. See, this is the motherboard of our server. And when you see the motherboard of the server, you can clearly see here, friends. This is 1 processor, 2 processor, 3 processor, 4 processor. You will not see any laptop or desktop where there are 2 processors. It is only one. Either it is i3, i5, i7, or maybe i9, whatever. But the processor is only one. But in server, how many processors are there? There are totally 4 processors. How many NIC cards are there? There are totally 3 or more. How many RAM slots are there? So server is a machine which has more hardware capabilities. Okay, now why server should have more hardware capabilities? For example, I'll take a simple example. There is a car and let's say there is a bus. We know both are the vehicles using which you can just move from one place to another place. But in which scenario we have to take car and which scenario we have to take bus? Suppose imagine there are 5 people traveling, so you can take a car. But what if there are 50 people traveling? Can you take a car? Can you carry 50 people in one car? The answer is no. Okay, so then we have to go with bus. Now, what is the similarity between car and bus? The similarity between car and bus is there is a tire here, there is a tire here, there is a seat here, there is a seat here, there is an engine here, there is a, everything is same, but the difference here is the capacity. Buses can carry more number of people compared to car. And the other difference here is obviously buses will be in more, we need to spend more money on bus compared to car, right? This is quite obvious. Okay, now coming to the computer and the server difference. Now on your computer or on your laptop, how many people are connected to your laptop or computer? Only you're the person who are connected, right? Let us say there is a person with the name Anshu. Anshu is connected to the laptop. Only Anshu is connected. No other person is connected at the same time. Let us say Sandhya is another person. Sandhya is connected to laptop. Sumit is connected to laptop. Means one person is connected to one laptop at once. But you know, my friend, coming to server, how many people are connected to server? Like I'll go to browser and I'll say google.com. See, I'm connected to Google here. Now, if I say I am the only person who is connected to google.com, is it correct? Of course, no, right? There are some millions of people who are connected to google.com, my friend. Millions of people connected to google.com as of now. The time is 9:30 a.m. Today it is April 4, 2023. As of now, we know there are some millions of people who are connected to the Google server. So Google is some application running on a server, right? Now just imagine if the Google is running on a server which is having very less configuration, very less hardware configuration. Will it work smoothly? No, it cannot run. So on server, we need to have more hardware. Okay, but whenever you're taking more hardware, the problem here is we need to spend more money. That is the problem companies are facing for last many decades. 1980s, 1990s. From that time, companies were facing this problem. Okay, now, okay, let us imagine a company has spent, let's say $6,000 to bring a server. That is approximately 5 lakh Indian rupees. Now, one more breaking news for you. You know, you cannot see a company where there is only one server, my friend. That is literally not possible. In a company, you may need 40 servers, 50 servers, 100 servers, 300 servers, 500 servers, 2000 servers. See, the number of servers are increasing now because there is no one application. There are many applications running there. So just imagine in your company, you have totally 100 servers. How many? 100 servers. So 6,000 multiply by 100. How much it will be? Can we calculate here once? 6,000 multiply by 100. It is how much? $6 lakh. This is $6 lakh. Want to see how much it will be in Indian rupees? Multiply by, let's say 82. See, my friend, this is the amount. Approximately 5 crore Indian rupees. Now, this is the problem. A company have to spend around 5 crore Indian rupees to bring how many servers? To bring 100 servers. And by the way, 100 server is not a big number, my friend. 100 server is a small company. If you want to go to big companies, it will be like, hundreds and thousands of servers. Okay, I'll show you some data centers here so that you can see clearly how the computer networks are designed. See, my friend, this is some network. And what you see here are known as racks. This is a rack here. R-A-C-K rack. And in this rack, you can see servers. There are, let's say, totally, let's say 20 servers here. Totally, how many racks are there? 20 servers, and there are totally 5 racks. That means in this data center, there are totally 100 servers. The size of the data center is looking a bit bigger here, right? It is like a big room or a big hall somewhere in a company where there are 100 servers running. And for this 100 servers, how much they have spent? Let's say approximately 5 crore rupees. It can be 8 crore rupees also, it can be 3 crore also. Like it depends on the server configuration. It can be more or it can be less. Okay, so these are the racks available where all these servers will be connected, and company have to spend lots and lots of money on servers so that they need to run the applications. The bottom line is the applications. Okay, now beside taking servers, in our company. See, first of all, this is a server again. It looks like this. So beside taking a server, we have to take some more devices. For example, imagine you are constructing a house. If you take doors and windows, okay, that is fine. But beside doors and windows, what we have to do? We have to take some bricks, we have to take some cement, we have to take some, steel. Okay, we have to paint, we need some plumbers there, we need some electricians there. We need to have some other people also, right? So in the same way, if you want to have if you want to take 100 servers, with servers, we need to have some more devices. Like this is actually your router. This is a firewall, this is a switch, and this is your storage. So beside taking a server by spending this much money, let me just write everything. This is your server hardware. Then we have to take server OS. Then we have to take a router, firewall, storage, switch, etc. We need to have more devices. So whatever discussion we have done till now, it is only about server hardware. And whatever money we are spending only on server hardware till now, the 5 crore rupees. We need to spend money on server OS, router, firewall, storage, switch. We need to spend huge money on these devices also. Now just see here, my friend, how much money a company is spending to build a computer network, to build a data center. Why they are building a data center? Why they are, making a data center? So that they can run the application. Without application, there is no business, right? Without application, there is no business. So they need to run an application. So they need to spend some crores and crores of rupees there. This is the problem we have for last many decades. But is there any solution for this problem? I'll ask a very simple question to you. I hope I'll get answer from at least one of you. If you go back, let's say in 1990s, in 1990s, when someone is getting married in 1990s, maybe in your family or maybe somewhere in your relatives or neighbors or wherever, when someone is getting married, I remember the days in 1990s, what we used to do? We used to bring everything. We used to do marriages near our homes. And, we used to bring some, chefs there. We need to bring some helpers there. Okay, we need to bring some, some devices from some other place. We need to make a tent there, or we need to make some stage. So we need to bring people from different groups, and we need to make this marriage function in 1990s. So it was very difficult in 1990s or 1980s or before that also. To make a marriage or to do a marriage near your home was a very difficult thing. We need to start from the very basics up to the marriage work. But nowadays, what we do nowadays? We just go to some this marriage function halls. We just go to some marriage function halls here, right? And what is there in this marriage function hall? Everything is already there. Do I need to do anything there? No, I just go to a marriage function hall, and then what I do there, I just select, okay, there is a marriage and there is a party with 1,000 people. So I need your place. So what this marriage function hall will do, they will select, okay, this is our place. We'll make a stage for you. We'll bring a cook for you. We will take care of water. We will take care of electricity. We will take care of seating arrangements. We'll take care of everything. You just need to pay this much money. So what I do, I'll select, okay, I'm bringing 1,000 people in my party. So this much money I can pay, and I'll use your marriage function hall for like 24 hours. So it is more easier, right? It is more easier for us to go and do some function in any function hall, because it is already ready-made. Instead of, making everything from scratch, we can simply go and, make a function in a function hall, so that, we can save a lot of time. Now, the same example you can take here, my friend. The example here is, instead of, making this whole setup, taking routers, taking switches, taking firewalls, taking servers, configuring them, installing them, troubleshooting them. Okay, instead of doing all these activities, what we can do here is we can go to a cloud provider. Cloud computing provider. Now we are into cloud computing, right? So what is this cloud computing provider? Cloud computing providers are the people. I'll just add the names first. Who are the cloud computing providers? Cloud computing providers are like Amazon, Microsoft, Google, IBM, Oracle, Alibaba, Cisco, DigitalOcean, etc. I can bet that you know the company names with Amazon, the company like Microsoft, Google, IBM, Oracle, you know all these companies, right? Can you please tell me, do you know any bigger company than these companies? Answer will be no. There are no bigger companies than these companies, right? So you know what these companies are saying? These companies are saying, listen, you want to run your application? Okay, I'll add Apple also. Fine. Apple is also a cloud provider. Okay, so these companies are saying, listen, you need to run your application, right? So to run your application, what you need a server hardware, you need a server operating system, you need your router, firewall, storage, switch, etc. You need all these devices. So these cloud computing providers are saying, if you want to run your applications, no need to take all these devices in your company. Why you are spending that much money? Why you are spending that much money on your infrastructure? But my question is, if I am not spending that much money on my infrastructure, how I can run my application? Without a server machine, without a server operating system, without firewall, I cannot provide security. Without storage, I cannot keep the data. Without a router, I cannot make communication between internet and my company network. That is not possible. So my question will be, how that is possible? I'm asking the question to Amazon, Microsoft, Google, IBM, all these companies. And you know what these companies are saying? These companies will say, you should not take everything. What these companies will do, they will say, you should not take everything like routers, switches, firewalls, and all those things. And these companies will say, we have the data centers available. Very interesting, friends. Listen carefully. These companies will say, we have the data centers available. Amazon data center. See, this is the size of the Amazon data center. Can you see the data centers from inside? So Amazon is saying, listen, my friend, we have data centers available. You just come to us and use our data center. See the size of this data center, man. This is too big data center. And whatever you see these black boxes, these are actually your racks. How many racks we saw in our company's network? Maybe 3 racks, 4 racks, 5 racks. But see how many racks are available here. There are some hundreds and thousands of racks. So this is the Amazon data center, or it can be Microsoft data center, or it can be Google data center, or it can be Apple data center, or any company's data center. So these are the different data centers we have here. So what these companies will do, these companies will say, we have huge data centers. We have huge infrastructure. You just come to us and use our infrastructure. Amazon people are saying, no need to purchase your routers, switches, all these things. No need to purchase these things. No need to worry about these things. We will take care of everything. We have all the infrastructure. We are ready to provide the infrastructure to you. Like remember the marriage function hall? They have everything with them, right? They are simply providing the services. So we just go there, we pay money, and marriage is over, we go home. That's it. Here, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, IBM, Apple, Oracle, all these gigantic companies. These companies are saying, come to us, we have the data centers, use our data centers and run your applications there, my friend. So there is no need for us to worry about operating system or the server hardware or the router or firewall or storage or anything. We just need to connect to the Amazon data center and we need to run our application. So it will be very smooth and it will be very easy. So instead of spending crores and crores of rupees on day one, we are not spending even 1 rupee also. Without spending a rupee, we can run our applications. Now I'll take a break here for 30 seconds. I hope you are able to understand me what I said here. I repeat again before I take the break. One scenario here is, You need to bring servers, routers, storage, operating system. You need to build a big data center to run your application. The other scenario here is no need to build anything. You just connect to Amazon or Microsoft or Google data centers and run your applications there. And servers, storage, firewall, everything is there in the Amazon data center. But Amazon people are managing everything. We just need to run our applications. I hope this particular point is very, very clear for you. This is what cloud computing is all about. Cloud computing is a method where we are running our application on a different data center. We are running our application on some other company's data center so that we are not worried about all the infrastructure things. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'm in my home. I'm using a desktop machine here. Okay, I don't have any server operating system, server hardware, no firewall, no storage, no router, nothing is there with me. But you know what I have here? I have an account in my Amazon company. I have an account in my Amazon cloud. So I will connect to the Amazon cloud and next 2 minutes, I will run a web server for you. I repeat, in next 2 minutes, I can run a web server. Let's see how I can do this. Very simple, just sit and relax. I'm not explaining anything as of now because it will take a lot of time for me to explain. I'll just go with the creation of web server. So say this is your Amazon AWS management console. I'll just sign in here with some account credentials. Okay. And I'll go to a service called EC2. Please excuse me for this. It will take at least, 2 weeks for me to explain all these things, like what is instances, what is images, what is EBS, what is network and security, what is load balancers, what are auto scaling. It will take at least 2 weeks. So I'm not explaining anything now. I'm just showing you how easy it is for me to launch a web server. I'm not having any infrastructure, no server hardware, no server operating system. I'm not spending crores of rupees. I just have an account in my cloud. I can create a server now. So let's say this server name as test web server. Okay, I'll use something here, some key, some settings. Don't worry, each and everything we will see in details in our coming sessions. Okay, let me just go with add one more rule here. I will allow HTTP. It's a very beautiful concept here, friends. So don't worry about all these things. I'll be going through all the details in our coming sessions. Advanced details here. I have a script, actually, a script that is already created. I'll explain about script in coming sessions again. I'll just copy this script and I'll come to my AWS console here. Nearly my web server is ready. Okay, let us make things interesting. I'll do one thing. Instead of, writing anything else, I'll write your names. Anshu, Manoj, okay, let me add some more names here so that it will be easy for you to understand. Allu Arjun, Shah Rukh Khan, Virat, and what is the date today? 4th April. Actually, this is my web server which contains all these things. I'll just say launch server here. Where is my server running? Actually, my server is running in the Mumbai data center. AWS people have data centers in different locations. One of the location is in Mumbai. One is in Hyderabad also, actually. If someone is joining from Hyderabad, one is in Hyderabad. But I have connected to the Mumbai data center. And Mumbai data center, how it looks from inside, it will be something like this. Okay. So see here, my web server is successfully created. Now see whether I can access this web server or not. I have a IP address here, public IP. What is public IP? What is private IP? We will go through all these details in coming sessions. I'll just copy my address here. I'll open a new tab. I'm just entering my web server IP address. So what should happen now? It should allow me to connect to that web server. And remember what is there in that web server? Our names are there in that web server, right? See, can you see the web server here? All your names are coming. Now do one thing, friends. I'm entering the IP address in the chat box. And the IP address is 65.2.9.230. Just take this IP address and enter in your browser and tell me whether you are able to access the web server or not. See, when I say web server, you should access web server from any location, right? Tell me if you are accessing web server or not, and tell me from which location you are connecting to this class. You're joining this class, your city name or your wherever the location is there. Across the globe, from wherever you're joining this session, you should be in a position to access this web server. Okay, just enter that IP address in the browser. You can directly see the web server on your screen. Obviously, web servers will be a bit different, but I just created a basic web server. Kushagra, I hope I am able to pronounce your name correctly. Can you please tell me from where you are accessing? You are able to access fine, but where you are connecting? Pune. Okay, fine. You are accessing this web server from Pune. See, I am sitting somewhere in Hyderabad. Okay, web server we have created in Mumbai data center. And one person is able to access from Pune. From anywhere you can access, right? So I'm still waiting for at least 1 or 2 more responses here. I want to see whether Anshu is also accessing from Pune. Okay, fine. Any other person here from any other city? Always try to keep the sessions interactive, friends. So whenever I am asking a question, you should respond with the answer. And whenever you are asking the question, it's my responsibility to clear you an answer. I guess everyone is joining the session from Pune. Okay, third person Sandhya is also joining from Pune. Okay, she is able to access. Okay, so Sumit is also access, not showing the location. It doesn't mean location means I'm talking about your city from where you're joining the session. Your location, it will not show in the web server. I just want to know like from which city you're connecting to this session. Okay, Hyderabad, fine. See, so we are sitting in different places, different locations. Web server means you should access web server from any place, right? So what I'm trying to say here is I have created a web server which is running in AWS data center. Manoj is also from Hyderabad. Okay, so I have created a I have created a web server which is not running in my company's data center. It is running in Amazon company's data center, and Amazon company is acting as a cloud provider for me. So what is a cloud here? Cloud means which is far from me, right? Cloud, the concept of cloud is which is far from me, and it is not under my control. Amazon people are controlling the data center. They are controlling everything in the data center, and they are providing services to me. They are saying, listen, come to us, use our data center and run your applications. So all the companies, my friend, they are running their applications on the cloud data center. Maybe it is Amazon, or maybe it is Microsoft or Google or whatever. See, suppose imagine the year is 2000, let's say 10. 2010, the technology was very well developed, right? 2010 means only 13 years before. I'm not talking about some, 15th century or 13th century here. I'm talking about 2010. Just imagine, my friend, the year is 2010. And suppose if you had asked me a question like where web servers are running. So in 2010, I would have said 90% web servers are running on physical servers. But today in 2023, after 13 years is not a big time, my friend. After 13 years, if you ask me the same question, where the web servers or the application servers are running, today I will say 90% servers are running on cloud. See, such a huge difference here, right? 10, 12, 15 years before, majority of servers were running on the physical servers. Companies used to buy physical servers and they used to keep physical servers in their locations. But now in 2023, 90%, approximately 90% servers, they are running in cloud. Companies are not at all interested in taking physical servers. Companies are not at all interested in taking, physical servers and all the things. Companies are interested in business. Companies want to spend less money. So if they want to spend less money, they need to go to cloud and they need to spend less money. Instead of spending this much money, how much is this money? 5 crore Indian rupees, right? Only for servers. Then again, we need to spend money on server OS, router, firewall, storage, switch, everything. So the total cost will go up. But once you go to cloud here, we need to pay money. It's not like it is completely free. Obviously, nothing will be free, right? So we need to pay money, but we are not paying that much money, my friend. We are starting our business with zero investment. Or if you want to pay some money before so that you can get more discount, you can pay some money before, you will get more discount. But overall, cloud computing is such a beautiful concept where we are running our applications on some other data center so that we can save our money on our infrastructure. Now, one question can be there. You can ask me one question. Is it safe or is it secure? See, when I say 90% companies are running their infrastructure on cloud, that means it is safe and secure, right? There is no problem. This is what cloud computing is all about, my friend. I hope the concept is clear. What is cloud computing? Coming to pre-requirements, there are no pre-requirements to learn cloud computing. If someone is from BTech background, in BTech maybe civil or let us say IT or let us say electronics, whatever BTech background, or maybe someone is a BCom or BSc or MBA or MCA or B Pharmacy, whatever background you are coming from. Cloud computing is open for all. Especially this course, what I have designed here is for every person from any background without any IT knowledge, without any knowledge of servers and all those things. We are starting everything from scratch and we will go up to the administration part. I repeat, we are starting everything from the scratch level. There will not be any issue. You will be learning everything from scratch up to the advanced level. For example, when we talk security, you know how I conduct classes? Let me just show you once. I'll create a Google Drive in coming sessions. And let us say this session. I'll make running notes every day right here in the class itself. Okay, so then it will be easy for you to understand everything. For example, like say, if I go with security here. Security, I'm starting from beginning. What I said here, security group is a firewall. So I'm starting from very scratch. And I have to discuss many things. Then by the time we come here in this diagram, you know what exactly is security. I need to explain all this diagram. I have created this diagram in classroom itself. Okay, so then some labs will be there. We have to do some labs. So the classes will be organized in the most easiest way possible. So when we go with a topic, you will not face any difficulty in understanding the topic because like I said, we are starting everything from the very basic up to the advanced level. So pre-requirements, if you know something about network, servers and Linux and Windows Server, that is well and good. But still, if you don't know, there is no need to worry. I'll start everything from basics. And coming to jobs, if you go and search, every year there will be some surveys conducted, and in surveys they will say, okay, last year 2022 this movie was hit and this movie was flop. This cricketer has scored more runs, this person has taken more wickets, this footballer has taken more goals, and all these things, right? Surveys will be conducted. Okay, so whenever you see any survey last 4, 5, 6, 7 years, one thing is very common in that surveys related to jobs. And in those surveys, a requirement of cloud computing people is always there. Coming to jobs, jobs are many. Many companies are looking for cloud administrators. Every company is trying to move to cloud. Not only today, for coming years and years, the requirement of cloud computing will be in huge demand. This is such an excellent and beautiful technology that companies are accepting this technology. Okay, many companies already accepted, many companies already moving into cloud, and the new companies that are coming, the new starters, they will simply go to cloud because, you know, it's not easy for them to spend crores and crores of rupees without gaining anything. So they will go to the cloud and they will simply run their applications on cloud. So this is the beautiful concept of cloud computing that we are going to start from Monday at 8 a.m. Monday will be our first demo. Okay, you can come for 1 or 2 demos actually. There we will discuss more about cloud computing, and everyday classes will start at 8 a.m. I'll be taking all your sessions. Each and every session is recorded, like I said you. Okay, all the recordings will be provided to you once you finish our class. Each and every session will be recorded till the end of the course, and all the recordings will be shared with you. Means once you do the registration process, payment process, and all those things, the sessions will be shared with you. Okay, that is one thing. And every day sessions will be there for like 60 to 70 minutes. And it's up to you, like how interesting you will keep the sessions. I'll try to keep the sessions interesting, but you know, if I get questions from your side, then it is great. Always try to keep chat box busy. The smallest of doubt, it's better you send a question to me in chat box so that I can come to that question. Maybe that question can help you in coming topics actually. You know, in cloud computing, if there is a session we are learning, for example, we are into like say 12th class. If there is a doubt in 12th class and if you're not clearing that doubt, the same doubt you may get in 15th class again. So whenever you have a doubt, this is the best advantage you can take from an online session when the trainer is available. This is not a recorded session, right? This is a live session. So always try to take the advantage, try to clear each and every doubt there. Okay. And fee is, I'm not sure why they are charging only this much fees, but as of now, the fees is 5,000 INR. This should not be the fees actually for cloud, but this is Amirpet. We know this very well. So they give a lot of discounts there. So this is the fee, and the duration is like say maximum 45 days. At least 5 days a week classes will be there, or it can be up to like 6 days. Saturdays we will decide whether to take or not. If you can take classes on Saturdays, some Saturdays, then the duration will decrease. Okay, so this is the duration, and every class is recorded. You will get all the running class materials with me, and I'll share some interview questions and answers with you. I'll try to do everything from my side, whatever is needed for you. The only thing you should do here is you should attend the sessions regularly. If you miss any session for some reason, there can be some emergency. So if you miss this session, for example, let's say you missed session number 15th. So before you come to session number 16th, you should revise this video. You should, you know, go and see this video because video is already shared with you, right? See the video and then see the recorded class and come for the 16th class, because 15th class may be connected with the 16th class. It is something like a chain. All the classes are connected with each other. So if you want to learn things in the best way possible, try not to skip any session. It will help you a lot in understanding this technology. As I said you before, cloud computing is a very beautiful, very excellent technology that every company is accepting. Coming to jobs and coming to requirements, there are, you know, many jobs available. There is more requirement available across the globe, not only in India, not only Pune or Hyderabad. Pune or Hyderabad are like, you know, IT hubs, right? Bangalore, Pune, Hyderabad, Noida. These are like IT hubs. Not only these places, my friend. Go to any country, any city, any continent. If you are a cloud administrator, you can start your career. That is for sure. Okay. And coming to syllabus, syllabus is already there. Hopefully AWS, hopefully DURGASOFT people will share the syllabus with you. Okay. And there is a question here like recordings will have the validity. Recordings will have the validity for 11 months. But you know, my friend, once you attend the session and next time when you revise the video only once, it is more than enough for you. It's not like you should go through these recordings every 6 months, every 8 months. No. For example, you know MS Office, right? You know MS Office very well. You know, I did my MS Office when I was in school, like 18, 20 years before. But if someone asks me, can I change the color of the subnetting? I know how to change the color. So once you know the concept, you're not revising again, right? So this 11 months are more than enough for you to revise and to understand everything. But after that also I'll be available. I'll share my mail ID with you. So hopefully I'll be available for all your doubts and all your questions. Okay, meanwhile, I'll just go and delete my web server actually. Unnecessary it is running, so I'll just terminate. Okay, so I'm shutting down my web server. I'm deleting my web server actually. I just showed you a web server, how to create a web server for practical purpose. And coming classes, we will see all these things in more details. So this is the concept of cloud, and hopefully when you come for demos, I'll be going through cloud computing concepts in more details. So hopefully things will be much better for you. I need to explain many things actually here. I need to explain you virtualization. I need to explain how the virtualization is working. Okay, I need to explain you what is cloud by using some definitions and some more examples. So, one session is not sufficient. This is just a webinar. So I hope you have some basic knowledge. Okay, now about cloud computing and all those things. So when you come for the next session, things will be more easier for you to understand. Okay, if you're a fresher also, like I said if you're a fresher also, there is no need for you to worry about learning process. There is no need to worry about your jobs. Okay, in company, they have multiple layers, multiple levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. We are not getting a job directly as level 4. Suppose imagine there is a person who started playing cricket. Can he say like, okay, next day I'll become Virat Kohli? That's literally not possible, right? Imagine 15 years before, where was Virat Kohli? He was a fresher. He was just starting his career, right? So everyone is a fresher at some point. Everyone is a fresher at some point. But by the time they learn, they gain experience, they are becoming more experienced people and they are getting more salaries. Remember IPL 2008, if I can take this example, I think everyone is Indian here. Yeah, so they can relate with this example. IPL 2008, they brought Virat Kohli for some lakhs, actually 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs, something. But now they are paying 16 crore rupees for him for one season. Once you move into a career, once you enter into a career and gain more experience and develop yourself, then salary-wise, money-wise, no need to worry. You will get sufficient money, whatever you're dreaming or whatever is your requirement, you will get more than that actually. That is cloud computing. So as a fresher, you can learn everything from very basics, no need to worry, and you can get a job as a fresher easily. Or once you finish our course, I'll guide you. You can easily put at least 2 years of experience there. That much knowledge you can get. At least 2 years. Okay. The only thing you should do from your side is be regular to the classes. Missing classes is not a good idea, my friend. Be regular to the classes. There is no concept in cloud which I can say is difficult. Okay. Technical concepts will take good presentation actually. It's up to me to present the topic in the simplest way possible so that you can understand the topic easily. Understanding is the main thing. So don't worry about all these things as a fresher or as experience or non-IT background, IT background, it doesn't matter. I'll take you through from the basics up to the advanced level. Any other questions, friends? Thanks a lot for joining the session on Saturdays. Sundays, Saturdays are not easy to come for sessions. I hope your time, I have done justice with your time. I hope you understood what is cloud in the basic way. But again, in demos, we will say more about cloud and we'll try to explore more about cloud computing actually. So that, you can be in a best position to take decision. But one thing I want to say you before I finish the session, that is, if you have already decided to go with cloud computing as your career, I can say you have selected a very good career for yourself. That is for sure. I repeat, if you have already selected the career as your cloud computing, I want to say you have selected a very good career for yourself. Now, how much you are how much you can grow, how much you can gain knowledge, how much you can learn. It's up to you. Career is super. How you're growing, how you are increasing your knowledge, how you're learning new things, it's up to you. Okay, there is a question here like what package we can expect in AWS with 2 years of experience. It depends on the company, my friend. Some companies can give like 4 lakhs package. Some companies can give the same job for like 12 lakh package. It's up to the company. Every company is not having the same package, right? Okay, fine. So I'll be here for like 30 more seconds. If you have any doubts or questions regarding cloud or anything that is related to cloud, we will see that. Or else we will stop the session here and we will meet again on Monday at 8 a.m. India Standard Time. Okay, so I guess there are no more questions. Thanks a lot for keeping the session more interactive, and very good luck to your careers and very good luck for your health. Take care and let's see how it goes. Okay, one more question is coming. Is it compulsory to learn DevOps? That's a big question actually. I'll say one thing. Suppose you are getting, I'll just talk in thousand. I'll talk in monthly salary, for example. Suppose you are getting, let's say, 40,000 rupees as your salary, and suppose someone is getting, let's say, 70,000 rupees as a salary. Just a very rough example. What will you do? Will you prefer 40,000 or 70,000? Obviously 70,000, right? Now the difference here is 40,000 is AWS, 70,000 is AWS, then DevOps. So first you complete your AWS and you can go with DevOps. It's not compulsory. It's not compulsory, but you know, if you have the DevOps knowledge, then you can get more opportunities or you'll get better packages, but it's not mandatory for you to learn DevOps as of now. You need to start with cloud computing. That is 100% sure. Then later on, if you want to just move into cloud, in cloud also, there are many other paths available. So if you want to just move from like say practitioner to associate to like architecture level in all those things, then you can be in cloud. But you know, like I said, once you move into a career, you will do many things. I'll take a very simple example. You know, we are more connected with movies and all those things, right? Have you ever seen any actor or actress who is doing the same roles for last 20 years? Do you know anyone who is working as, who is doing a role of only police officer in last 20 years? That's the way it will not work, right? In one movie, maybe that person is a police officer. In another movie, maybe he's a businessman. In another movie, maybe he's a farmer. So they need to perform different activities. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you see my experience, the best is I can say, I can explain about my experience. See, I started my career as a Windows administrator, but see how many things I did in my life. Very soon I'll be starting DevOps actually here. You know, everything is related, everything is connected. I have not done multimedia, then Java, then AWS. This will be all different. Multimedia, Java, AWS will be all different. So when I say AWS DevOps, they are connected with each other. When I say security AWS, they are connected with each other. When I say Linux AWS, they are connected with each other. Okay. Okay, fine. Yeah. Coming to the certifications, I'll come to this question hopefully after 1 or 2 sessions. Hopefully, when we go with the demos, I'll explain you about the certifications and which certificate to go, how to write the certification. Certification is the easiest thing you can do, my friend. So I'll go through the certifications in coming time. I need more time actually. At least I need half an hour. Okay, thanks a lot, friends. Thanks a lot for joining. Again, before I stop the session, I want to repeat again. If you have already decided to go with cloud computing, you have selected a good career for yourself, and just go through the syllabus. In this syllabus, I have added everything from basics, what we need to cover, up to the advanced level. So it will be very useful for you. It will be very interesting sessions for you. Hopefully, at the end of the sessions, you can feel, okay, you know, cloud computing now. That's it, friend. That's it from me. Take care. Bye. Thank you.